Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Morning, General.
Morning.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for your service. And just talking to you yesterday, you moved over 20 times in your career. I don't think a lot of people understand, the complexity of that with a family. So thank you for your service. General, I think most of us up here agree that other than foreign countries, $32 trillion in debt is one of our biggest threats to national security. We're broke. In the past, you have criticized the Department of Defense complex bureaucracy and have expressed a desire to improve its inefficiencies. By law, the Joint Staff is capped at around 2,300 personnel, with some exceptions. Can you clarify at this time, how big is our staff as we speak? Do you have a number on that?
Senator, I don't have an exact number. I'll have to get that for you, but I know it's somewhere around 2,000-ish.
Yeah. Thank you. I'd appreciate that. The House NDA includes a study to look at reducing the size of the office. Do you have any suggestions on where we could look to cut staff or budget to help and not cut back efficiency?
Not at the moment. As I go into this position, if confirmed, it'll be one of the things I do take a look at when I look across the Joint Staff. And I'd also say, as we look across the aspects of our military departments, if there's things we can do to increase our efficiency and our capability and capacity, those are the things I focus on.
The FY23 budget for the Joint Staff was around $1.2 billion, and the budget request for FY24 is close to $1.3 billion. I guess you're familiar with that, right?
Not the level of details of the Joint Staff budget, because I've been focused on the Air Force budget.
Okay, thank you. It's pretty high, but I'd like to give us kind of a rundown the next time we see you in a hearing in terms of where we're at with that. Is it too much? Not enough? We do not want to cut back our military. It is so important, but we also want to be efficient in what we use. So I'd appreciate anything that you could do for us in terms of giving us an update on what you're going to set your team up as, because you're going to be the new leader. So I would hope you'd keep an eye on that, because that is a lot of money. I got an article yesterday that says Air Force delays some moves, bonuses as inflation cuts into personnel budget. Could you explain that? That came from the Stars and Stripes.
Sure, Senator. As we built our budget a couple of years ago, and based on the factors we had, the economic factors, as well as the force mix factors based on different career fields and different rank structure, we typically will come back and ask for reprogramming. We're working through the process of reprogramming so we don't go through an anti-deficiency act and not spend money we don't have. And so part of this is for us to be able to work with Congress to get the reprogramming in place so we can actually, all the pros and impacts are outlined in that article that we communicated to the force here recently. We can reverse and minimize the impact to our airmen and their families throughout the rest of this fiscal year.
Yeah. And we all know how important it is, and I think most of us have talked about it every day. Recruiting, you and I talked about that yesterday. Our recruiting's in a tailspin in most areas, unfortunately. And with an all-volunteer military, we're going to have to do better. We got to do better with salaries, incentives, all those things to get our young men and women involved and interested in our military. I think it's so important. We can have all the upper echelon we can get, but unless we have the people that actually does the job on the ground and in the planes, on the sea, we're going to have huge problems, because we live in a dangerous world. So thank you for taking this on. It's going to be a hard job, and any way we can help you, we're here to help. Thank you, General.
Thank you, Senator Tuberville. Senator Warren, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good to see you again, General Brown, and congratulations on your